lot of really cool shows. Most recently, Noel Gallagher from Oasis was here, and that was really awesome. What I really love is that it goes from modern to old school, like with the, especially with the light fixtures, you know, so you're kind of like getting transported back into time. Yeah. Check out this Liberace coat over here. Yeah. Get that.
Okay, perfect.
Liberace's from Wisconsin, or was from Wisconsin. There's they were a couple that were in like every single play they were in together, and they have a house out in, or like an estate out in Genesee Depot, which is kind of like in the Kettle Moraine area. The bar is from an old mansion, Milwaukee area mansion. I'm not sure exactly which one, but I think it's kind of cool. We have an antique bar, you know, from somebody's old house. We opened the theater as another name of the Stat Theater in the 1870s, and then it burnt down. There was like a gala event going on, and all the lighting was illuminated by fire, so the whole place like torched. This chandelier is from, it's got Austrian crystal in it, and once a year we lower it and clean it by hand. They aren't in operation anymore, but they used to be. One of them, I believe the left one, holds the pipes to our organ, which is still on the stage. And then we got Wagner and Beethoven busts on either side to just kind of, you know, watch everybody. And this front part right here, this orchestra pit, raises and lowers, depending upon what kind of show. If we need additional seating, if we want to have a dance floor pit in the front, like if we have, you know, a rock band and people want to, you know, cram up in the front and rock out, that sort of thing. Or if we have, you know, a traditional play going on and there's an orchestra, it'll be lowered and then the orchestra will be down in the front. There's a couple of letters missing in our rows. O is missing because it looks like 0. Oh. And then, let's go upstairs. Cool. Spokesperson. I wish he was made of real bronze. I think that would be really neat. Originally, when the building first opened, there was a cafe in this spot. Before that, it was, I think, a blacksmith shop, which is kind of crazy. So back in the day, the women would come here and have their like tea and biscuits, and then the men would go downstairs into the basement where the bar was, and they would drink Pabst beer downstairs. So I think it's really cool that we've had Pabst beer here since like the 1890s, you know. Pillar that's upside down, and the reason they did that was the designer said that the only thing that can be perfect is like God or something. So our first balcony is split off into 2 parts. This lower part is called the circle, and then the upper part is called the mezzanine. These old, you know, old legend guys, you know, the artists are always really, really excited to be here because it's so opulent, and I think that we do a really good job treating the artists well, too. Levels of expectations, sometimes it's really easy, they only need like a certain kind of juice and that's it, you know, and sometimes they're very, very specific just because, you know, a lot of people have been in the business for so long and they expect it to be a certain way, and so you just kind of gotta, you know, we're here to facilitate them. Like it when there's audience interaction with the artists, you know, when like say comedians here doing stand-up, and you know what heckling is, like if somebody shouts out something and then you know, they'll just banter back and forth with each other, but things are obviously more expensive nowadays, so some of the larger acts, you know, have, you know, smoke machines and set pieces and, you know, fancy lighting and costume changes and stuff. So it's always really exciting. Like the energy in this building is super cool when everyone's, you know, in a seat, you know, and just like the sound of it, you can like feel it in the air. But we also